Welcome everybody. Welcome to Morning Startup. Woo!
Hey.
Woo! Who hasn't been to Morning Startup before?
Nice.
Great.
Welcome. We're very excited to have you.
Do you know what it's about generally? You've got the gist from the meetup page and yeah? Okay. Well, it's organised by these four fine people, half of which are here. We're all founders. We've started a startup. In fact, you've just launched yours 2 weeks
I
ago.
sure did. I'm very excited. We have an app now. We are digital.
Well done.
So I have an ask. Okay, so meetup on Instagram. I'm not active on TikTok yet, but I will be. LinkedIn, just go and like it and share and be like, oh my god, this is the best thing that has existed ever. And Nina is the only one that can like make this happen. So thank you so much. You don't need to know what it is. Like,
Go and check out the website though. I was super impressed. It's really nice. It's madeapt.com.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's like GitHub for fashion because I feel like you guys are very techy. So it's GitHub for fashion.
Yeah.
I know.
So that's a cool shameless plug.
Thank you so
much. We like to know what you guys are up to. So this is your opportunity to sort of stand up and give like a 30-second pitch or spiel or rant or whatever you like. Who wants to go first? Fantastic.
Hi, my name's Katie. Along with my friend Grace, who unfortunately can't be here today, we're building a community for solo operators in Perth, and the current form this is in is a co-work, which we've just started this year. Our first co-work is going to be next after the next morning startup on the 3rd of June. So for some context, I'm a digital marketing freelancer. Grace is a people partner, a fractional people partner. If you want to follow us on LinkedIn, we're called All Hands. So if this resonates with anyone, perhaps you don't have any colleagues that you work with, it's a good opportunity to knowledge share with people and meet other people who work fractionally in the Perth space.
Fantastic. Where's the co-work happening?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's proudly supported by SpaceCube, so it will be in Rift directly after morning startup next time.
How easy is that? Just hang out.
Cool.
Very cool.
Do you have more?
They have to set up.
Yeah, that's right. You can put all the chairs away and get a space and all. Nice. Any other shameless plugs, announcements? Fantastic.
So this is AI. So in February I had my hip replaced, and I have had a startup that I had gotten quite far along but ran out of runway. And I picked up Cloud AI, and I have a production-ready system that's already has all the pipelines, has all the tech debt sorted, has all the features I wanted in it. So I just want to say this is amazing stuff. And it's sort of given me a new lease on life, so I'm really grateful for that. I just wanted to share that.
Cloud AI.
Exciting.
It's a product I've been developing for 4 years.
Oh, Claude.
No, my software. I have a software system. You know that, Scott. Anyway. Yeah, anyway, I've been working on it for a long time, and I sort of ran out of runway. Now I've sort of finished it off just because of Cloud AI.
Using Claude.
Using Cloud, yeah. Sorry if I wasn't I was too excited. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
What's the name of your startup?
Pleiades.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else? Yes.
Hello everybody, my name is Bianca. I've been here last time, I think 2 months ago, and then I went for a trip. Since then my business evolved too much, like a lot, that's amazing. Initially I started helping service businesses to implement AI, capturing leads, increasing revenue, all this. And it went really well. I went away 2 months in Europe, learned a lot. Cloud code is killing me, I cannot sleep building it. And now I started to build an AI operating system myself for my business and evolve too big that I started to build for my clients as well. So it's amazing. I'm so excited with the AI space and what we're having today here. And if you just want to talk about what can do for a business, or if you're just an AI enthusiast and we can, chat, I'm here. Just reach me out after the meeting. That's it.
Fantastic. Thank you. That's what's all about.
Awesome. Is that okay?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Hi, my name is Sebastian, and I'm building my own consultancy practice. I used to help people change the behavior friction that they had in their teams themselves and the markets, and basically turn that friction into a pull motion towards where they want to go. Because I believe that friction is not really a problem. It's caused by something, and if you can get to the cause, which is the actual problem, then you can solve it pretty easily. Thanks.
Thank you. That's exciting.
Very cool. Well done. Thank you. Any other shameless plugs, announcements before we move on?
One more, like last.
No? All right. Well, look, we're going to have half an hour of networking time with food and everything. So get to know each other and find out who's in the room. Might find your next co-founder, or we don't need a co-founder now, do you?
No,
Hear all
you have
about
everything
that.
you ever needed.
Yeah. What's that? Cool. So a couple of our shameless plugs from us or from the community. So is Peter here? I don't think Peter's here. But there is this AI for Good event that's happening in person and online on the 27th of May. So I think if you get on Eventbrite or go to the Innovate Australia website, you can find out more about that. So yeah, go along. There's also, I've got these slides in, Erin gave me these. The application is closed on the 18th of May. So sucked in if you didn't get your application in, but yeah, get around these guys anyway. So this is the Social Impact Incubator. Is anyone in the sort of impact business, social enterprise space? Cool. Do you guys know about these? Excellent. Good. As long as you're connected and you know what's going on, they've got a whole bunch of programs and workshops and incubators and all that stuff. So get around them. Cool. Now open. Maybe.
Not closed.
And there's also the Innovation Ecosystem Survey. If you guys can scan this QR code, and if you can find it within yourselves today to spend 5 minutes or 7 minutes of your time just filling out this survey on WA's innovation ecosystem. The fine folks at Meshpoints would very much appreciate it. That will help guide their next lot of programs, their next lot of workshops. What do people want in WA as far as the innovation ecosystem? What do we need to get through to the state government for funding or whatever? So if you don't do your bit, they can't do their bit. So get on it.
Yeah.
Fill out the survey, please. Thank you. And you might win $100.
Yeah, that's cool. Like,
all right, everyone's got it? Thank you. Founder Sundowner, what happens there?
every first Wednesday of every month, we get together and we get a little bit tipsy and we eat pizza and we talk about what we're doing, startups, we network. It's a much different kind of a vibe, but it's still really fun because, we just get to chat together.
Who was there last Wednesday? Hey, good day. So, yeah, it was a big one. I think it was the first time we ever hit the wait list on Founder Sundowner. So get in. We'll see you on the first Wednesday of June. God.
Already.
All right. Live streams. Who likes them? Get on them. So we've got just a few organisations that we want to thank that help Morning Startup actually operate each week. Costs money to do all this stuff. So first of all, Perth Video. Amazing. They can live stream your event, whatever it might be, in the middle of nowhere with no internet connection. It's crazy. So get on perthvideo.com.au, and if you want to check out this event and all of our last events, go to Morning Startup Perth with hyphens or scan the QR code.
It's great. Plus, in the age of AI, I think you really need authentic videos.
That's right. And they were doing that off their own bat, coming here, putting this on without being paid for it. But now, they're finally being paid for it.
What? That's exciting. I know.
The Department of Energy and Economic Diversification. I've got to practice that, so it rolls off the tongue a bit further. Or DEED. Yeah. So that's the state government program. They provide grants. They've got some innovation hubs. They do awards like the Innovators of the Year that you heard about a month ago. They've also got a thing called Deal Room. If you go to wa.dealroom.something, you can put your startup's information on there, share as much or as little information as you want, and it helps sort of index what's going on in the innovation ecosystem in WA.
Yeah, and it's really good for your Google ranking and now AI ranking as well.
Absolutely, yeah, get on it. So, and the grants, if you've heard of the Innovation Booster grants or the Commercialisation Bridge grants, so depending on where you are in your business, you can apply and get
Funding.
money from the government.
That's what you want.
Yes, non-dilutive. It's always good. So get on that, and thank you for Deed for getting back on Morning Startup Train and sponsoring the live stream. Thank you very much.
Do you want to
All
do
right.
the joke?
My joke?
Do the joke?
My joke? I don't know. What's my joke? No, go ahead.
Coffee.
Who's got a coffee? All right, you're all VC funded. Well done.
It's a good joke. I think it's a great joke.
You're way too kind, Nina. No one likes my dad jokes. So, Purpose Ventures, they're the largest, most awesome VC in WA. There's a few others, but Purpose, if you are a founder, you need funding, you're scaling that business to get to that $1 billion exit one day, make sure you are at least letting Purpose Ventures know that you exist and they can help you with the funding side of that.
Yeah, and they have given a few talks and will give more talks at Morning Startup, and they usually talk a lot about like what actually makes them invest in you. So definitely go onto our history of videos and have a look at that one. It's good.
Absolutely. Who knows about Derek's 3 C's off the top of their head? No? Well, go and watch the video. So see if you're investment ready.
We don't know. That's why we're asked.
I don't know them. Character. That's
Community.
there's others. I was hoping someone else would know. Sorry, Derek, if you're watching. Beecham Group. There's a fine gentleman over there. He runs a recruitment company here in WA. So if you need awesome people for your startup, or you are an awesome person and you want to get a gig, make sure you're having a conversation with Glenn. Do you have any words of wisdom for us this morning?
Here's a quick live. All right, guys, quick question for you. One, if you've run your recruitment system and you've interviewed one candidate, they meet everything that you want to do and you want to hire them. However, you haven't met anyone else. Would you hire the first person you meet, or would you want to see and meet with a couple of other people before you made the decision? Just quick hands. Would you hire the first person, or 2, would you wait and want to interview more candidates so you can do a compare and contrast? Right, okay. Interesting. There's no perfect answer, right? However, there is obviously some pros and cons of going both ways, right? So this comes down to whether or not you have an established system, you back yourself. You know, there's obviously schools of thought, the expression that says, which is a really bad one, you know, you really marry the first person you meet, okay? Which is obviously some good things. However, it's also about you backing yourself, whether or not you found the right person, you need to move quickly and decisively to hire that person. But I also get, obviously, if you need to, you know, not have somewhat buyer's remorse and you want to meet with a couple of people before you make your hiring decision. So just think about that, because, like, respectfully, obviously, hiring managers go through that kind of challenging thought process all the time. There's no right or wrong. Mine is basically, if you found the right person, they're an 80% fit, which is perfect. Jump on them like you want to hire them. Anyway.
I like it. Thanks, Glenn. Yeah. Oh, you got 3 C's?
Character, competency, and chemistry.
Character, competency, and chemistry.
No
Thank you very
community?
much.
What?
Thank you, Google AI.
Chemistry as well. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. A few more sponsors that we've got now covering our food.
Yes.
Because we lost a couple of sponsors a month ago, or they moved on to bigger things. But we've got Typeset. Who actually needs to communicate what their startup does to people? Why aren't all hands going up? Yeah, right. Who does it well? Okay. Who thinks they could always do it better? Okay. Who needs help doing it better? All right. Well, have a chat with the wonderful Sarah here from Typeset. So, copywriters with huge amounts of experience all around the world. I know you can get on Claude and get it to write stuff for you, but I don't know who's done that and actually likes it, and has actually just copy paste and used that. I don't know. There's something about the human element. Please get. I don't know. Do you have anything else to?
Claude is going to make you sound like everybody else. So if you're entering an award, applying for a grant, oh, thank you. If you're entering an award, applying for a grant, trying to differentiate yourself from your competitors, AI will get you so far. So what we do is help people build that internal capability that they can just take it to make it so it's professional and it represents their company. And if you scan that QR code that shows our workshops, all workshops for Morning Startup are 20% off. So get in touch with me if you want to learn more about how to be communicating more effectively in writing.
Fantastic. That's a much better pitch than I was doing, so thank you, Sarah.
I'm like,
I'll get the hang of it eventually.
no, but I think we'll need it.
All right, very good. And coming next month, but this is a sneak peek of our other sponsor. So Idea to Life, if you're creating a physical product and you actually need to get that out to people and make it and manufacture it and do the industrial design and prototyping and all of the stuff that comes along with making a physical thing, these guys are awesome and can help you through that process.
Yeah, and I mean, I again say in the age of AI, this is how you get difference. Because everyone can do everything now.
Real. A blank slate. Very good. We're in an awesome place called Riff that's run by an organisation called SpaceCube. They've got co-working spaces all up and down St George's Terrace and in Sydney. So if you need to work, make sure it's here. It's a great place to do it. Subscribe to Startup News. Really good info on the startup ecosystem in WA. Make sure you're a member of Startup WA. It's free. You'll get all of their newsletters, go to their events. So that's our body for lobbying to government about all those grants and funding and things that we need. And the +8 Accelerator, learn to be a better entrepreneur.
Yeah, and they might even invest in you, which is great.
And scan the QR code here. If you can put in like what vertical you're in, and the Mesh Points Copilot thing will guide you to the right hub in WA. If you're new to all of this stuff, there's a whole bunch of hubs and programs in WA that can help you out, depending on where you're at. So if your phones, it's a really good resource actually. Get on it.
And there are always new accelerators popping up as well. So like, if there's not something right now, there might be something in the future.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's updated pretty regularly, so you'll be able to find it. Connect with us, get on Slack, slack.morningstarter.com, or scan the QR code and get into our Slack channel, have a chat with founders in between Morning Startup events. It'd be great to see you in there. And if you want to do a talk one day, hit us up. We're Morning Startup on all the things. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Got a gentleman at the back here. He's coming along in 2 weeks' time. Who's seen this guy on their socials or on 7 News or The West, or you're everywhere at the moment. Like I put on the television, there you are. What's going on? But this is going to be cool. So you're right in the thick of it, raising money, getting a started. You've been going for 6 months and doing well. You've actually rejected a lot of funding as well. So this is part way through an equity crowdfunding campaign, right? Do you want to do a quick shout out about what you might
Really quiet.
talk about?
Yeah, we're doing equity crowdfunding right now. It's open for expression of interest, which is an interesting experience. But we're going to raise up to $2.5 million, and we already have over $3.5 million of expressed interest. So by the time I'm presenting in 2 weeks, we'll have further information of how that's going.
Cool. We're going to hear about all the lessons and crazy stuff that goes on while you're trying to organise all this while building a startup.
So exciting.
Come along in 2 weeks' time to hear more about that.
I can't wait.
All right. So our formalities out of the way. So, because we have... Thank you.
Yeah, see, they work.
All right. Today we've got Alexander Zhidkov, who kindly shared a few months ago, hey, I'm using this thing called OpenClaw to like automate a whole bunch of stuff. Do you want to know about it? I was like, yeah, like let's get you up here and hear about all your lessons and things about actually building a business using AI agents to automate all the stuff that we do as founders every day. Do you need a co-founder anymore? Questions like that will be answered. Please make him welcome, Alexander Zhidkov. See if the Google slides do work. I hope it works.
Thanks, guys. Haven't done this for a while, and I want to go like sort of wide, not too deep. So if you hold on to your questions and ask them at the end, otherwise I get easily distracted and I go off on a tangent. So I'm a software developer and been in software development for years, and I'm really excited about startups and getting involved with startups. I really love it. Lots of energy, lots of things you can do. And I was helping a lot of startups on the technical side, and I always was saying, if you're building software, you need a technical co-founder. You cannot do it yourself. Like, you have a great idea and you know like what you want to do, but software, you need to have expertise to deliver. Other people said you also need someone on the sales side, right? So 3-person startup would kind of the best. Someone with idea, someone who can implement, and someone who can sell it. And it kind of all changed very recently. Let me see if it works. Yeah. So AI agents came online. We obviously used AI before. What's the difference with AI and AI agent? AI is just a chatbot, right? Your LLM. You ask question, you get answer. An AI agent can actually complete your task. It delivers your job. It delivers your outcome. That's the difference, right? So to complete these tasks, AI agent still needs that brain, that LLM, that AI is still out there, but it also has a memory, because without memory, having just a pure sort of intelligence, you can't do much. You always need to know what environment you're working on, what you're doing, right? When you keep that memory in history, your sort of organizational or startup kind of environment, it helps you make decisions. And also AI agent has tools, right? It can do stuff. And tools, it's like a hands for AI, right? If we say AI is a brain, tools, hands for that AI agent. And example would be like search a web, or open a browser, navigate browser, or use calculator, whatever need for agent to complete the task. Again, like I said, this is very recent, right? This guy, Peter, by himself, he just made up OpenClaw in November last year, right? He released it. It picked up in January this year. This year, everyone jumped in, super crazy, super viral. Everyone's using it. Everyone started copying it. Lots of different AI agents came online. And big companies started following as well, started copying features. And we have a Claude Cowork, right? What else is ChatGPT agent? They released Gemini Spark, apparently coming very soon. There are agent development kits and frameworks. So everyone is jumping on board. Super valuable, super, people excited. And everyone is excited. We'll talk about this. But I want to kind of step back and talk about this thing. I think it's quite important, because I've done work with a few startups, and not everyone has understanding of how the AI works, and right. So we, for years, had deterministic software, right? And deterministic means we scripted it, right? We know what it's doing. We have algorithm, right? And that algorithm, when you give it input, it produces output, and it produces same output every time on the same input. If it doesn't, it means it's broken, right? If it does something wrong, it means it's broken, there is a bug, you need to fix it. It's deterministic software. That's what we've done for ages. Now we come into probabilistic software. And probabilistic works on statistical, it looks for patterns, right? And when you give it input, nobody really knows what output is going to come out, right? We kind of assume that's what it's going to be, and output is different every time. Like if you give a complex query, complex prompt, output's not going to be the same every time. That's the difference. It still produces output, it's still software, right? It still does things, but where's Scott? I just touched it right. Yeah, I asked you about this. And obviously pros and cons in both cases, right? And you need to understand where you need deterministic software, where you use probabilistic software, right? Okay. I need to touch on hallucinations. Like I said, if deterministic software produces a result we don't want, we say it's broken, right? If LLM produces bad result, it doesn't mean it's broken. The hallucination, LLM doesn't hallucinate, right? People do hallucinate, but not computers, right? This is just a marketing term, and it's not good to use because it puts you in a different, in a wrong frame. Like LLM sometimes work and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it hallucinates, right? No, it works the same all the time, every time, right? It uses probabilistical statistical analysis to give you most kind of probable result, right? There's no hallucinations. It's like your dog, right? Dog does the trick, and you give it reward. Dog doesn't understand what's happening, what's going on, right? He knows I'm gonna do trick, I get reward. LLM same. It doesn't have understanding of what's going on, right? It just does things to receive reward because it was trained to receive reward, like your dog. That's its purpose. And imagine you've done like a test and multiple choice question, right? And you have no idea what to answer, what you're gonna do. You're not gonna skip because it's not good strategy. You're just gonna pick a random one because it gives you a better probability of passing this test, right? LLM does the same, but every time. Every time it has a multiple choice and it just goes, okay, this seems to be most probable. Bang, that's your answer, right? So don't think about hallucinations like it's misbehaving. It's behaving as it was designed all the time, every time. Okay. Like even last year and just before, where the prompt engineering was a big thing, everyone needed to be better at prompting, and we were talking about prompt engineering and how to do it. It's not as important anymore because all LLMs, all the AI, they got much better. It's much easier to talk to them and they understand you better. But there are different things now, like context engineering. Sorry, context is whatever LLM needs to know. Like prompt is you ask LLM, right, to do something. That's what you want it to do. Context is what it needs to know to answer a question, to do things. You need to provide that because it's not just in kind of in open air, right? Questions hanging around. There are context of your specific organization, your startup, what you want to do, what's your environment. So you need to provide it to LLM, but also intent. You need to give it intent. What you want to achieve. What's the outcome you're looking for, right? Because without knowing what you're aiming for, it's not going to give you the great result. So all three now important. So it's a prompt engineering, you still need to prompt well. Context engineering, you need to provide everything LLM needs to know to do the task. And the intent engineering, you really need to tell it what you're trying to achieve for the best results. Well, you should know who Andrei is. And like I said, LLMs, they're amazing, right? They just magical, they do amazing stuff. And if LLM doesn't produce the result you want, most likely that's your problem. You're not giving it context, you're not providing all the information it needs, you're not asking proper questions. And when you start working with LLMs, with agents, it's not gonna work as you want from the first time and second time and again and again. And the issue is not LLM. Issue is you not giving it everything it needs to do good job. That's what Andrei calls a skills issue. This kind of plan to attack makes sense. Oh, come on. And this is the password as well. Cool. In software engineering, we always follow the same principles, right? It's very close. That's why LLMs and AI had so big impact now in software. Software is changed. Software engineering different completely from 1 year ago. It's very different from 6 months ago. And like all the software developers know this, you need to plan in what you're trying to do, right? First step. And that's what you do now with LLM. You ask it, please don't do stuff, plan it for me, right? What you're gonna do. It will explain all the steps. You look, you review, you say, okay, this makes sense, go execute it, right? And then LLMs, they are trained to be helpful. They want to do stuff for you, right? That's what they're designed for. So they do way more than you want. Like they're trying too much, right? So you need to keep it simple. You say, no, just do absolute minimum work required. Be simple, because you can do it step by step. Is easier, and you can verify results. So you need to ask it to make smallest change possible. Otherwise, it goes off and do again, because it wants to be helpful, right? It wants to do more for you. And you need to provide your intent. You need to provide the goal, what you're trying to achieve. So that's pretty much going to be up to you, right? How to do all these steps so LLM produces the best results, so your agent produces the best results. I helped a bunch of people with AI and then install them agents and give them, and they go, wow, like the first words, like just wow, that's amazing, so smart, and what I'm going to do is this. Okay, I cannot answer this question. This is I give you capability, right? We get great capability, great intelligence, but what to do, it's up to you as a founder, right? As a business person, as you have a problem to solve. You know what the problem is. So having this agent is like having remote person. When you hire a remote person on a computer, agent can do exactly the same work, everything that remote person can do. You're not gonna hire the greatest person in the world and say, okay, I got a new, staff member. What can he do for me? Not a valid question to ask. You need to know what you want to achieve, what that capability, how to use it. All right. Like we all know prompts, and because we used the chatbots right before agents. You just ask question, you get answer. Better question you ask, better answer you get. But if you keep asking the same question over and over, it's becoming a skill. It's better to create a skill out of that prompt, so you can put a bit more effort up front into developing that skill, like you're building that bigger prompt, and then you save it somewhere and you just repeat it. Yeah? And that repeatable prompt becomes a skill. You can also have plugins, and now all the major providers of LLM, they allow you to add plugins, and plugin is the next step up on a skill. Like if you get your skill and you add some tools, you add capabilities to do whatever workflow needs to be done, it becomes a plugin, right? And like I said, tool is just ability for AI agent to do stuff in real world. And pretty much we can think of tool as a deterministic software, and LLM is probabilistic, and they work together. For example, you can ask LLM to do math, like 2 + 2, it's going to give you 4, most likely. But if you give it calculator always going to give correct answer, right? So you're going to get answers both ways, but with LLM, it's going to be probabilistic, so most likely it's going to be correct. But you don't have to provide the tool, right? You don't need to code that calculator. So you need to always pick and choose which way is better for you. Okay, did I miss slide? Yeah, okay. Let's talk about OpenClaw. What OpenClaw? OpenClaw, I hope everyone's heard about this, right? This is agent. The biggest difference with AI, like I said, agent can do work and can complete tasks. For this, it needs to have memory. Have you watched the Memento movie? It's kind of old, but yeah, very cool. So guy had the dementia. Every morning he wakes up, he doesn't remember who he is, doesn't remember anything, and he would write the notes for himself, right? He would have sticky notes, he would have tattoos, what's my name and everything. LLM is like that. It's brand new every time. Every time you turn it on, it's fresh. It goes, whoop, I'm new, what's going on? So these agent soul user MD files, markdown files, it's just like a text files. They're instructions for LLM, for AI agent to explain what's going on in the world, right? Agent is just a text which you provide to LLM to explain what it needs to know to do work for you. What Peter came up with this cool concept of soul. So soul is personality of your agent. People want different personality, right? And you can do it in a prompt, right? You can say, oh, give me a funny answer, right? Or you can say, okay, you are a funny person as an agent. You're funny guy, you give me, jokes all the time, and whatever I ask, you give me, that funny answer. Or you say, you're a business person, you give me, business, that's the personality of your agent. You describe it in the soul file. And every time it wakes up, it reads this, okay, that's who am I. That's how I'm going to behave, right? There's also user file. And user file is all about you. What do you want? How do you want to receive information? Do you want like very short and sharp, or you want, in whatever format you want? And like, what agent needs to know about you to deliver the best results to you, right? So you create all these files, and agent can help you, and you keep developing them and you keep improving them. And what happens, agent wakes up, reads the files, he knows how to work. He's ready to work. He already has a knowledge about you, about him, about like world. So heartbeat. OpenClaw wakes up every half an hour, every 30 minutes. This is heartbeat. Every half an hour, bang, 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 wakes up, read all these files, understand the world, and then it goes, heartbeat describes what to do. And it's up to you again, what you want your agent to do. Let's say, check emails, check calendar, prepare this, prepare that. Like on every half an hour, it's going to do these tasks described in the heartbeat. And cron jobs, chronological jobs, they run on timer. Like you can say every day, every morning, give me a brief. Go search web, find information I need for today, send me message. That would be cron job. Or something like that. Weekly, maybe weekly report, whatever you want to do. And then you have a decision to make. Do you want to put task on every half an hour in a heartbeat, or you want to do it on intervals, on time-based? That's your cron jobs. You're going to pay for this, right? So you need to think about what you put in your heartbeats. So if you ask for too much, every half an hour it's going to do the work, it's going to waste your tokens, you're going to pay for it. So you need to be concerned about that. And to make a decision how to organize the work of your agent. If you know what API is a protocol. It's like a connector to connect deterministic software. We connect application to application using application interface APIs. MCP is same for agents. There are quite a lot of new stuff coming for agents to talk to agents and to to do finance transactions, buy stuff, and communicate. But MCP is kind of oldest one and well established. Like you need to know about it. It gives your agent ability to work with other software, right? There is like Figma, you have designs in Figma. Figma provides MCP server. Your agent can connect to Figma, get your designs. And again, it's just gonna work better than you can ask agent just to go to look at your JPEG files or images or whatever. It's gonna get information. But MCP gives you just better communication between software and agent. Okay, evals. Like I said, agent or AI give you probabilistic results. You never know what it's going to give you. You always need to check on it. You need to evaluate the result. Like what people say, AI is not end-to-end workflow, it's middle to middle. Because upfront, you need to provide all information, you need to set it up, you need to prompt it. At the end, you need to validate and check on the work AI agent is done. This is where evals come in. Evaluations is like a unit test or testing in software when you develop software. But with AI agent, you need to keep running them because after a while, when context grows or something happens, AI, it doesn't produce exactly the same result every time. It might go off on a tangent, it veers off the course, and you need to continuously evaluate outcomes of the agent and put it back on track. So it's pretty much a framework to measure the results of the agent, how it performs. And you can look at task completion. Let's say you have an agent which reads emails, right? And it goes on a heartbeat every half an hour. It checks emails, answers to emails, will send you a message about important emails. And then after that, you put another task to validate how many emails read, how many emails answered, any problems, and you keep running them in a loop. And you need to keep improving agent which, work with emails, and also you need to improve the task to evaluate the work done. That's how it works at the moment. So you don't just kind of feel, oh, it seems okay, it seems doing it work. You need to put some framework in. Quite interesting concept is AI judge. So when you set up AI agent to be a judge, to judge the work of other agents, again, you research it and put effort into this. This is quite important. This is interesting paradox. AI agents super powerful. They can do a lot of stuff. And exactly because they're super powerful, they're super dangerous. And you're always trying to find balance. You want to give it more power, more abilities, but more abilities you give it to it, more danger it can inflict. So more useful agent, more danger it is. What do you do about it? What we call human in a loop is when you review every action agent taken, or not every. Because if you start reviewing every action, you're going to be just approving. You're going to be sitting approving actions, right? You don't want to do that. But you also don't want to give it full freedom, full autonomy. It's dangerous. So you need to decide where you need to be involved, what you're going to approve, what agent can do on its own. It's up to you. Nobody can tell you. You need to find it for yourself, for your business, for your risk appetite. you run agents in isolation. You don't run it on your computer, on your work computer, and give it access to everything so it can read all your business emails. You don't give it access to your bank account details and everything. And it's common sense. It's same as you hiring offshore person. You don't give it access or her to your bank details straight away, right? You run them in isolation, and you give absolute minimum access to your data. Like if it needs to read some data, it doesn't mean it needs to have ability to write it, right? You don't give access to update, you only give access to read. You only give access to absolute minimum because it's dangerous. Cool. AI agents and AI, they train to be helpful, right? They want to help. They pretty much cannot say no to you. That's what they're supposed to do, right? They whatever you ask, they give you answer. Saying no is your competency. And being startup founder, you cannot do everything. You need to be focused, and you need to be really focused on what you're trying to do, and don't be distracted and say no, 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 no. You say no pretty much to everything. Only very specific thing you can deliver. You focus on that. Same with AI agent. It wants to do everything. It wants to go off and change the world and keep going. You have to say no. You have to stop it. And also, what's the word? Psychopathy, right? When whatever you do, they always AI agent and AI. They all want to support you. They want to be helpful. They cannot say you're wrong. Like that, because even in training, there is reinforcement learning from human feedback training. When people run AI, ask questions, get answers, and then they say, oh, that's a good answer, that's a bad answer, right? They train AI this way. So AI is trained to make people happy. That's what happens. That's how it is. And you need to understand that. You need to understand that that AI is not giving you, honest answers. It wants you to keep engaged. It wants you to be happy. It wants you to give reward to that AI, because that's how AI is trained. When you start working with AI and agent, it's gonna cost you. You cannot do it for free. If you're not paying for subscription, it's not serious. It costs money. And subscription actually is the best way, maybe the most cost-effective way to start, because if you run agent, you can pay for API tokens for usage, but subscription usually gives you a bit more bang for your buck. There are different costs associated with different LLMs, right? The best LLMs cost more, but also there are like Chinese LLMs which are cheaper, and they're still good enough. But what I usually recommend, you go with the best one and you start paying more, and then when you're going off the budget, you want to cut on your budget, but you already know how LLM work and where you can save money, you optimize for cost. Right? Don't start optimizing for cost straight away. Learn where you can cut the corners, where you can use cheaper LLMs. People run local LLMs, right? People buying hardware, running it locally, way cheaper, but the quality is not the same as the top models. You cannot run top models on your hardware. You're paying for tokens, right? Token is like a word. How many words you send into LLM, you pay for that. How many words you receive back, you pay for each word. LLMs want you give you huge answers. They want to keep going and going because they want to be helpful. And sometimes you can just say, be concise. Don't give me too much information. Just be specific. And again, it's in your agent MD file, it's in your context, it's in your intent. You provided information. You want to tell LLM what format you want to receive. Do you want a short, sharp answer, or you want a big answer? For big answer, you pay more. Also, when you keep talking to LLM, it keeps everything in context, right? Context grows, and you kind of keep sending the same information over and over, and you keep paying for this. So sometimes you want your LLM agent or AI agent to keep track of conversation, right? Of what was discussed before, and you find to pay for that. Sometimes you don't need that, so it becomes a waste. So you need to start a new conversation. If it's a new topic, if it's a different area of your business or whatever, you separate these things. Right. All right. I've kind of rushed through over very, very wide area, but you have to start somewhere. Nobody is expert at the moment. Nobody can tell you exactly what to do for your specific case. The only way for you to start and try and then see how it goes and then keep improving and keep working on this. To start with agent, you need to understand what's agent objective, right? And don't try to do too much from the first go. Be specific. This is specific task. That's what I want to do. And start small, but specific. Give it success criteria. What does it mean for work to be done? How do we know the work is done? What success looks like? What are the boundaries? Like I said, you don't want to give access to everything. You want to keep it contained. Define boundaries well. And you need to provide all the tools required for agent to complete the work, but you don't want to give it extra tools or tools he doesn't need, because it's going to cost you money and it costs you time, and agent will go off and do something you don't want to do. Like you need to be intentional about these things. And lots of things can go wrong, and things will go wrong. So you need to evaluate output, and you need to be careful about it and think about it always, because agent's powerful, agent's dangerous. Again, I hope you know who Naval is. Things are changing. Big changes coming. Software development changed already. It's coming to everyone. If you're planning to build software startup, that's what people say. It's becoming uninvestable. New models coming out, stock for SaaS companies goes down because this LLM is gonna replace software. Maybe yes, maybe no. But now you, on your own, you can do so much better, so much more than before. You don't need big team, you don't need people, but you have the same challenges. You need to explain. When you hire people, you explain them what you want to do. You explain your vision. You explain constraint you're facing. Exactly the same, but you do it to LLM. And you need to be even more specific, because humans come with their knowledge, their prior experience. They worked somewhere else. They know roughly your idea. LLM is blank. It starts fresh. You need to explain everything. You need to put it in this markdown files, provide information to LLM. And like I said, if you make your $1 billion on your own, you're not going to be the first one. This is done already. So AI agents are here, and you can use them. It's not easy, it's not convenient, but it gives you opportunity, because in a couple of years, everyone would have agents. It's going to be very easy. Opportunity is going to be gone. Because when it's easy, anyone can do it. There is no value in you doing that. Now is the time. And time to start small, be careful what you do. And yeah, go ahead. I don't know, is there any more slides? No. Whew. Running out of my voice. Haven't done this for a while. But anyway, connect with me on LinkedIn and ask questions if you have ones. But what I say, if you're looking for answers, I hope you're disappointed because I cannot give you answers. LLMs are very good at giving you answers. If you have a question, ask LLM, it gives you answer. The problem now is coming up with questions. That's where your value is. Which questions to ask? That's the biggest challenge now. Answers cheap, questions interesting. Cool.
Thanks so much, Alex.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think we'll open up to some questions, but round of applause.
Thanks.
First question, is there an agent that I can use on my phone to stop my Mac sleeping every 5 minutes? Or
Ask AI.
All right, questions? Anyone? We'll do a roaming mic for the live stream. No questions? All right.
You talked about MCPs, and one of my frustrations when I'm trying to do agents is I know there are a lot of smart people that have created things out there that I should be able to use. Is there a library of MCPs, or how do I find out about that open source code that I could use in my agent?
Yeah, ask AI, definitely, and Google. There are lots of libraries for skills and stuff. I wouldn't recommend you to get skills, let's say. MCP servers, yes, and you still need to be careful because there is danger in them as well. Don't try to use too much. Try to focus on some specific small task and think what is absolutely necessary, and try not to download other people's skills and plugins and all these things until you actually understand. And when you do it yourself, you get a better understanding. Because they use AI the same way, they develop these skills, these MCP servers with AI, and you can do it yourself. But obviously there is so much, and sometimes you use other people's things. Ask AI, it will help you. Yeah, but just be careful.
You answered everything, just ask it.
That's it. Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I just have this question about, deterministic versus probabilistic. And so what do you think the market will be for, rather than giving out software packages, creating like SDKs or things like that can be picked up and used by artificial intelligence to perform functions that need to be deterministic. What's your read on that? Is the market shifting that way?
Yeah, so the difference is the way I approach, you see, I'm different, I'm technical, but for non-technical person, what I would recommend, try using probabilistic, right? Ask LLM to do something. Let's say you want to read emails, right? You say, okay, you just go and read emails, and it's going to do it. And it's going to be easy to start, but it's going to be probabilistic. It's not going to be, guaranteed result every time, and you're going to pay for every run, right? You're going to pay in tokens. After a while, when you see, I'm paying way too much, I might just put a bit more effort into creating deterministic software, right? So you put effort up front to script, and you ask LLM, create a script for me, create a program for me to do these things, right? To process email, right? So that deterministic software, you kind of, it's CapEx, OpEx kind of, right? You put your effort in up front, but then when you run it, it's going to be free, and it's going to be guaranteed result, right? So there is always balance, and whether you start, it depends on your, technical knowledge, capabilities. Start with probabilistic, ask LLM to do it, it's going to do it, and then you evaluate the result, and you say, it's not quite there. Even, if it's 1-2% errors, you cannot rely on it. It's unfortunately, right? You cannot just let it, error unless you have that risk appetite. So we're going to have both of them, like forever, I hope. And it's up to you to choose which one to use. Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Question around just on that deterministic and probabilistic perspective on the AI, I was just trying to understand, people actually go into using AI based on deterministic outcome, and they end up going into hallucination with probabilistic outcomes.
Yeah, that's misunderstanding.
So the cost aspect becomes the probabilistic cost thinking as well. So how do you actually manage that? Like, how do you capture both probabilistic, deterministic with the cost in mind?
So yeah, deterministic is your software, it's your script, it's a program written, it's algorithm, right? Human wrote it, and human understands what it's doing. Nobody understands what LLM is doing. Right? LLM is just whatever, produce results somehow magically. It's up to you to decide which way to go. You know, if you're not a programmer, you cannot write deterministic software. LLM can do it for you. You know, and with some skills, you can actually create like any software pretty much. But it's not easy. That's why we have software engineers, right? To write this software. LLMs are good and great, but you like, it's going to be your skills issue, you know, if it doesn't perform. Just keep trying and keep learning.
If the training for the LLMs is rewarding them for right answers, couldn't we get rid of some of the hallucinations by penalizing them for wrong answers during the training?
Yeah, I guess that's what they do. They say yes or no, good answer, bad answer. You know, that's kind of... you see, training used to be important, right? It used to be like a year ago, everyone would put a lot of effort, a lot of compute, a lot of money into training. Now, training became less important and inference more important. Like, we have these base models, and if you remember, like a year ago, if you ask a question, it only gives you answer up to time where training ends. Now it continues. It uses web search. It uses tools. So it goes like from that trained model, answer plus web search plus whatever, it compiles everything together, right? And like what you said is models they train on average, right? They train on the internet. Whatever answer they give you, it's going to be average. It's not going to be exceptional. Because only you can be exceptional as a person, you know, in your area of expertise. Whatever answer LLM gives you, it's good, but it's average on all the knowledge in the internet. Yeah. So be critical. Be critical about this and apply your judgment. And you know, say no, that's wrong. I don't want that. I want something different. Yeah.
Oh, we have one more.
I have a general question. If you are working in a team, what would you recommend that we should be sharing an account because LLM learns by context, or we should have different perspectives from different LLMs? What would you recommend in that?
Yeah, I haven't touched on the multi-agent setup. It's all about context, right? When you put too much stuff in, context becomes very big, you start paying too much and quality of answers goes down. If you don't give enough context, same thing happens. Quality is down. So you need to manage that. So you start with single prompt, you give a good enough response, and if you want to reiterate, you create a skill, right? If skill grows and it becomes a bit too big, you maybe create another agent, and you have multiple agents. Let's say you have agent doing finances, agent doing marketing, agent doing programming, right? You don't want to put everything in one. You can start that way, right? You can do all my startup, everything. But then it becomes too big, you split it. That's how I would usually approach. You split it in specific areas, you build up skill. Out of skill, you build up a separate agent. Same with humans, like in organization, you need to share the knowledge, right? But if you share all the knowledge to everyone, people get overwhelmed, right? There is just too much, you sit on Slack, it's just messages all the time. You don't want to be distracted, right? You want to separate your work and have your deep work time, right? So you might you need to be intentional about this. You need to for your use cases, for your business, and the only way to do it is to start doing this, and then fix the problems and adjust, and you never stop adjusting. It's going to be always improving. Just try it.
Awesome. I think, should we have one more? Just one cheeky more, and then we're done?
I just have a quick question about what you think won't be decommoditized, because a lot of people here can market something and then someone will just be like, you know what? I can pay someone else to build this shit way more personalized and cheaper. It's like, so how can you, it's like, I feel every time someone markets something, they're low-key building a competitor in some kind of way.
That's right. What people gonna do, right, in the future? And I kind of answer, do you believe in magic? Yeah. You believe in magic? Oh, cool. Yeah. So if you believe people are magical, so we have some, soul, which computers cannot do, then yeah, we all have something to do. But if you believe that brain is just physical process following all the physical laws, it's just a computer, organic computer, then we can make, silicon computer doing exactly the same thing. Eventually. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, just try your best. What else can you do?
Exactly.
Enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Alex.
Oh, no worries. Thank you.
Just try your best. What else you can do? I think, that's great. Great tip. Just on the eval side of things, that's all I've been doing for the last 2 days or 3 days. So if anyone wants to see like an example of how I'm doing it, feel free to come up and I'll plug my laptop and take you through it. Various things. Other than that, toilets are this way. If you need them, up the stairs. If you can't manage stairs, let us know. We can get you into the ones that are locked around the side.
We have food. Please have some food.
Get to know each other, and come back in 2 weeks' time for Drew's fundraising adventures. Be great to see you there. All right, thanks everyone. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.